Now, here at home, state leaders are increasing security ahead of the inauguration. The attack on the U.S. Capitol is changing operations in Pennsylvania's capital. Joe Holden continues our coverage from Harrisburg.
Good evening from Harrisburg, where police presence is on the increase following a stiff warning from federal investigators. Uprisings and armed protests. The FBI, in a bulletin intercepted by the press on Monday, predicted such activity could happen at state capitals across the country as early as this weekend and extend days past the inauguration of President-elect Joe Biden. In Harrisburg, Capitol Police were said to be gathering intelligence on any possible threats or planned demonstrations.
We have raised our visibility here in the Capitol just to reassure the public that we are prepared and we do have the resources to respond and keep their well-being ensured.
J.J. Claver, a retired FBI supervisor, explained the bulletin that showed some groups calling for the storming of state houses should be taken seriously.
I think there are some lessons to be learned, and I think, leadership of these agencies tasked with providing security to these facilities are probably looking at that and saying, how can we prevent people from getting inside of these buildings?
State lawmakers like Republican Todd Stevens and Democrat Matt Bradford, both of Montgomery County, said their own safety is now something they're mindful of, given the violence at the nation's capital.
To hear that there's even further discussion about additional violence after the tragic episode we saw last week at the nation's capital is distressing. It's just not the way we do business here in America.
It's scary. When you see what happened last week, you realize it can happen anywhere. The U.S. Capitol, as well protected as that is, you stoke the flames long enough, it gets out of control.
Despite that FBI warning, there is nothing set in stone planned for demonstrations or protests here at the state capitol in Harrisburg. I'm Joe Holden, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.